Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about 510Ks and medical gloves and whether they're still needed or not. There's been some confusion, rightfully so, based upon a few publications or a few notices that have been issued, as well as a non-binding enforcement policy issued by the FDA. My name is David Lawrence. I'm an Illinois qualified attorney living here in Thailand since 2010. My relevant experience with respect to 510Ks and gloves was as in-house counsel for the parent company of Sri Trang Gloves, Thailand, now public company limited. Okay, let's get into it. So we'll start in January. So in January 2021, the prior administration issued a notice in the Federal Register seeking to exempt permanently and immediately classes of medical gloves from the 510K requirement. So let's start by going there. I won't go click through to this. I think it's easy enough to find because it was posted everywhere. So let's see what was exempted. Table 5, Class 1 devices immediately exempt from 510K notification requirement. Okay, OPC, LZC, OPH, OPA, OIG, LYY, LYZ. Okay, you will see that LZA is not on here. However, the difference between LZC and LZA is the chemotherapy claim. So it doesn't make much sense to me why a glove that's held to a higher standard would be exempt. But in any event, this is what they published, and this is the notification they did based upon a lack of reported adverse events, which I don't think we need to get into. But I think the FDA, in their April 15th rescission of this notice, which I'm going to hear, not directly, sets forth really good reasons why the methodology the HHS used did not make sense. Okay, so now in April 15th, relatively recently, right, that's a month ago, the FDA said no. The January 15th is not happening. So all of those gloves are back on the 510K requirement. Okay, we're not going to really go into why the FDA did this, but it was strange that the HHS issued the first notice without consultation with the FDA because the FDA usually handles its own stuff pretty well. So that was kind of a HHS stepping over the line, a little bit of a habitual line stepping by the HHS. Okay, but then if we go back to March 2020, we have the FDA enforcement policy, which is non-binding, of course, like all of the FDA policy statements, more or less, but they're pretty good guidance. So don't let the word non-binding mean non-meaningful. It just means non-binding. If we go down to the table of contents, and here to page 9 is the policy for gloves. So what do they say about gloves? Okay. Hint, they don't say no 510K required for gloves, although some people are reading it that way. Okay, so policy for gloves. Gloves not intended for medical purpose. Okay, these have never been regulated by the FDA, and PPE, general PPE is essentially unregulated in the US except by OSHA, and they don't care about the product quality. They care that the people are protected. So there's not a good GMP or any sort of those requirements that you have in the FDA. And so what the FDA is saying here is that they understand that examination gloves are at a shortage, and they want to let gloves get in. So they will not stop. They intend not to stop gloves coming in. Okay, even though they don't have a 510K or comply with other aspects of the quality regulation system and other regulations of the FDA. But they have to be specially labeled. Okay, you can't say these are medical gloves or these are patient examination gloves. So the product must include labeling that accurately describes the product as an unpowdered glove as opposed to a surgeon's or patient examination glove. So you can't put patient examination glove in there. Okay. Additionally, you have to have other statements. So you have to label them as non-medical. And the biggest statement you have to say is that if medical gloves are available, don't use these gloves. So provided you label your gloves such as that they're not medical devices, then of course you don't need the 510K. I hope that's clear. I'm out of time. Thank you very much. Please like, share, subscribe. Have a good day.